Everybody, today is January 18th, 2023, and we're going to go over the futures markets today. As you can see over here, for all the major markets right up here, they're all in the red today. Oil is up, but everything else is red. Not a huge sell-off, but definitely first red day in a little while. And as I have been mentioned, we were looking for the market to sell off some. You can see up here the MFI indicator. This is the 4-hour chart for the S&P 500. This will be the target for the 4-hour chart for it. If the continuation move does continue on, so we're finally getting some retraction here with it. The divergence is starting to go away, where you have the down slope here in the MFI indicator. Okay, let's see if we can grab it this time. Okay, I know. Okay. There we go. And goodness gracious, what's going on? And then we didn't really have any divergence going on up here until now, there was divergence, but now it's finally starting to go down south, where I was looking for it to go. So it's moving on down. As you can see, let me move this one, talk about that here in a second. As you can see, it is in a scalping trade setup. You can see price just ticked off the 61.8 line right there. So the exit we're looking for this thing, if this does hold up, would be 39.25, the 38% line right there. So it's about halfway there. Got a little bit more to go for this scalping trade on the 4-hour time frame for that one to be complete here in the S&P 500. And then if the measured move, the continuation push down continues, the target we're looking for down here is 3730.50. Going over to the 5-minute chart, there is a really good setup right now that it is in. You can see starting off over here, this is just standard measured move up sort of stuff right here. Price came back down, hit the 38, close to 60 for a scalping trade, but came up one tick away from hitting the target up here at 40.34. This candle went to 40.33.75, so one tick away is close enough for that one to be complete. So then what we do is we continue to draw the Fibonacci retracement levels and looking for it to come back down and hit the 38% and then move back up to the target area. But when that does happen, that's what creates scalping trades, and that's when I look to trade. So the first one is the 61.8 level that got hit. Price did not come up and hit the 38% line. So when that happens and price goes down and hits the 88% level, then the exit moves to the 61.8% line. But when that doesn't take us out of the scalping trade, then what we do is we draw the 30% line going the other way, and as price continues to move down, that 30% line, which is this kind of burgundy maroon line right here, will be the exit. But when that line, as you can see from, that candle right there, when this maroon line crosses the 88% line, which is a green line from that previous Fibonacci retracement level, then we get rid of it, and the target exit we're looking for would be just below the 80% line right there, so that black line right around that area. So this is a really good trade setup that is going on right now. Now there can be some more downside in the market, of course, but that is a target area we're looking for when this market does rebound to come up to and hit to finish out this trade setup. There is a scalp within a scalp, as I mentioned before. So when we're in this initial 61.8 scalping trade, and it still hasn't gotten finished, obviously, when price comes down and hits this orange line right here, 1.272 level, then you can scalp up to the 1.146 level right here. So as you can see, price came back down, hit off it perfectly, went up there, ticked off the 1.146 for just south of a 5-point trade right there in the S&P 500. But that's the trade we're looking for right there. Now the next level we're looking for as far as support goes will be the 1.618 level down here at 3969.75. And then the extreme level down here is the 2.618 at 3930.25. If price continues to move on down, hits that level down there, which it very well could, because look at this, as mentioned, from the 4-hour chart, that for the scalping trade for the 4-hour chart, that's the target we're looking for right there at 3930.25. And then on the 5-minute chart right here, the support level, the extreme level, is 3930.25. So either of those levels, if the price continues to move down all the way down here, would be the next kind of major support area we'd look for the S&P 500. Not saying it's going to go down there right away from this trade setup, but if it does go down there, then I'll definitely be looking in there, because that is some great support area, with the target being, again, this black line right up here at around 39.98. So that's, say you got in right there, That's a good 58-point move right there here in S&P 500. Going over to Russell 2000. Russell 2000, kind of the same boat that S&P 500 is in. We are in that scalping trade setup. You can see this one still actually hasn't been completed right here, the scalp within a scalp. We came down to here and hit and did not go up there and hit that yet. So that one's still active for that one. And then, of course, as well, the target we're looking for is just south of the 88% line right there at 1890.7. We'll see if the 38% has crossed the 88%. Let's see here if I click on it correctly. There we go. Did it? Yeah, it just crossed it. So that's the target area that we're going to leave it right there. The next major support area we're looking for is 1870.7, and then the major one down here is 1842.4 for that one. So it's another good setup here in SP 500. Going to the 4-hour chart, you see the big long red candle right there. We're finally getting that retracement we've been looking for since the MFI is in a similar situation as the, I don't want that one, I want this one, as the S&P 500, where we just had complete divergence from the MFI indicator and price going up, and now finally price is starting to sell off some for the setup. The retracement level would be looking for down here in the 4-hour chart wouldn't be until 1845.4 when we would look for price to maybe reload, but that would kick off what we're looking for moving up here for the next target, 1943.7, which is very close to the 2.618 level from that trade that we're in, or not in, but the trade that is set up currently from this one right there. Going over to ye old Dow Jones. Now, Dow Jones is interesting because unlike the Russell and the S&P 500, it is actually now in oversold territory for it. So we can see price came up here. There's the price when it was overbought, continued to go up while the MFI continued to move down like that. And now finally, the price right down here, we have the decline, is looking like the MFI indicator right there. So the 4-hour chart for the E-mini Dow Jones, or for the Dow Jones, is currently in oversold territory. So now we'll start looking for an eventual pop back up there, since it is in oversold territory. And you can see price has bounced off the 38, so that signals the continuation move higher right there. If it is going to go up there, that's the target we're looking for. And then if it comes down here and says the 61.8 level, that would start the scalping trade that we're looking for that. There was a trade from yesterday that it's crazy just how efficient the market is that got us out, because I was hoping it wouldn't, because last night, it was around like 8:30 my time, you had a really weird move. It was one of the banks announced something, but yeah, you see this big move up right here. This is at, what time was that? Yeah, about 8:40 my time right here. You normally in the overnight hours you don't see big candles like that, but it happened. Let me get this one off of there. And so when that happened, this is in a scalping trade, because as you can see, there's the 61.8, there's the 88.6 line. You know, that level didn't get hit, and that level didn't get hit from the 68. So then we were drawing the 38% line down here the other way, and once you know it, it came extremely close to hitting the 38% line, the retracement the other way. The high for that candle is 34,130, and we're looking for 34,136. So 6 ticks away in the Dow Jones. When it's at over 33,000, it is close enough to being hit. So I called that trade. I wish it didn't get that high. I wish it stopped about right here, and it continued on down into there, but that one is said and done for it. So unfortunately, that one is over. And outside of that, there isn't a trade that we're looking for right now for it. The only one that could have potentially been one is there's the continuation move up, and then you have the sell-off right here, but you get hit with the scalping trade right there. Blew down the 61.8, hit the 88.6, and then hit up right there. So that gets us out of the scalping trade. So for the Dow Jones, there's not a trade setup we can take. For oil's been moving pretty nicely today. Let's see. I think this one is actually a scalping trade that got filled. Yeah, it hit the 61.8 there, hit the 31.8. And then if we bring it back all the way down here, use that one, which I'm not too excited about, to be honest, because this semaphore got messed up right here. So I'm probably not gonna stick with this one for it, because I don't like using overlapping semaphores. That just shows you where the major pivot points are for it. Probably this one should have been down over there, but who knows? Sometimes the algorithm, the way it computes it, gets a little messed up. So, but as you can see, the 30% line has been support for here for oil, but I'm not really looking for that one. So really the only thing I'm looking for is to see, we are in the continuation setup down here to the short side, so we'll see if that continues on and goes down here to 80.62. If it doesn't, we get that reversal higher, then that would initiate the scalp trade right up here. Going here to the 4-hour chart for oil as well, it's finally selling off here a little bit. It's just like the SP 500 and the Russell 2000, but not a whole lot compared to those other markets for it. And you can see going down all the way right here to, was it right there? Yeah, right there. That is what that looks like. So you see here we have the high, went down and hit the 38 to start the retracement, popped back up but never hit it, created a scalping trade that got fulfilled, and so the target we're still looking for is around $82.77 on this 4-hour chart for it. Came up to about 82.37. That's not close enough for me to consider to this one to be done. So if this move is going to continue higher, that's the next target we're looking for, about 40 cents higher from 40 cents higher from that high right there. Going over to the Nasdaq, that one, I'll tell you what, I'll go to the 5-minute chart first, see what's going on. Yeah, that's another trade setup that we are currently in for it. You can see, yeah, we can still get rid of that. That's passed the other way. Using this low, this high, because we had a continuation move up right here. There's the low, there's the high, there's the retracement, created scalping, and looking for a move higher. Came up, hit that target perfectly before it sold off. So once it hits a target, we go and draw the retracement to the top of it. Came down, hit the 38. So initially, the measure move for if there's a continuation, looking up there. Obviously, that didn't happen. Here to the 61.8 to start the scalping trade. Hit the 88.6 to move the target down, and then continue to go lower. So then the exit we are looking for from that trade is just below the 88.6 at right over there. You can see for the scalp, within a scalp trade, that got filled very nicely. It came down here about almost 1-2 ticks away from getting hit. Did hit it, and then hit up there to complete that nice little trade setup, which is about 70 ticks here on the Nasdaq market. And now the 1.618 level is showing some support, some initial support for it. So we'll see if that holds, or if the sell-off is going to if it's just reloading a little bit and is going to continue down higher, because the 2.618 level is the extreme level. Let me see here in the 4-hour chart. Yeah, okay. So we also did hit because using this high and this low right here, price hit the 38, which signaled if there's going to be another push down, then target we're looking for is, is right there at 10,520.50. But price did come up, tick off the 60.18% line right there. So the target we're looking for the short side, for the short scalp trade, is down here at around 11,358-ish, around there. And so that'd be the scalping trade from the 61.8 to the 38%. And kind of like I think we spoke about the SP 500 and Russell 2000, that the 2.618, the extreme level from this trade setup right here, is very close to the 38% line from the short side. So if price gets all the way down here without hitting this black line or coming up very close to it, then that creates another amazing buying opportunity down here. So those are the markets. Finally got a little bit of sell-off. Again, it's not huge. I mean, it's not even 1% on almost all the markets except for the Dow Jones. But I do think it can go a little bit further, and if we get the extreme move down to it, all the way down here for the Nasdaq, all the way down here around the 1840s for the Russell, and all the way down here somewhere between 39.40ish to 39.30ish, something like that. That would create amazing buy opportunities. Still good buying opportunities right now. Is just that I have to be cognizant of the risk reward, how much you want to risk right now. Do I want it to see it go lower and then get in, or get in right now? Because if this low does hold right there, I mean, it'd be a nice gain right there. It's 20 points in the S&P 500 market for it. Or if you have a lot of money, you can get in lower, ride it higher, or get in now and then get in again. But that's normally how I do it. But anyways, that's what we're looking for in the markets. So if there's more sell-off, it's going to create a better buying opportunity. But we do have a couple good long setups here in most of the markets. So take care. Talk to you later. Bye.